May mga other friends na sinasabi, "Hindi, retired na ako diyan," gano'n. "Bakit ka ba naggaganyan? Di ka naman leader, like di ka naman dapat naggaganyan, eh. Para yayain mo kami ng ganyan." Parang, okay.
So, dina-downgrade ka
Yeah,
because
kasi
you don't
wala
have a
akong-
position.
yeah.
Alright, we're running. So, hello guys. My name is Asigiyang and currently I will be directing this conversation that we have. So, the topic of our conversation or the podcast that we're going to do is leading without a title. So, how do we make an impact without an official role? So, before we do that, so we need to have a big introduction lang, no? So, I'm currently the regional captain of AWS Cloud Club Philippines. So, my scope of leadership is a most often country level din. Alright, so how about you?
I am student lang sa school namin and hindi ako leader. Hindi pa ako leader.
How about you?
Hi, my name is Silasia Adlawan. I am the founder and Chief Executive Officer of AWS Learning Club Ligarda.
So, hi, I am Sam Ilato. I am a recent graduate from the De La Salle University, also a former student leader, but now a data engineer and IT manager at PNG.
Alright, so thank you. So kung mapapansin nyo, we have different set of people here na may experience man or wala. So from a university level into a corporate level then management or leadership. So first of all, first question natin is that how do we define a student leader? Right? So kasi tayo may kanya-kanya tayong advocacy or may kanya-kanya tayong vision on how student leader means. Okay? But most often, our initiatives are associated with the role that we have. Like, for example, president ka ng IT club, right? So, yung mga gagawin mo initiatives is there's most often directly to sa IT initiations, right? So, how do we define a student leader? How about you?
For me kasi, it's a skills. Kasi hindi ka pwede maging leader if wala ka talagang skills for leadership.
So, yung skills ba ng leadership is associated with what? Emotional intelligence ba? Or
I think sa emotional intelligence. Kasi, sobrang hirap makipag-deal minsan sa tao kapag hindi mo talaga kaya i-manage yung emotion ng nakakausap mo.
so most often, yung student leadership is people management. How about you? What does a student leader means?
For me kasi leadership is not someone who makes mistakes but it's someone who is willing to take chances and do what is right.
I see.
Yeah. So kasi even if sinabi mong leader ka as yourself, like as a person na ina-apply mo siya na ina-accept mo siya na leader ako Pero as a leader, alam mo ba yung tama sa hindi tama? Like for example, do you even know your boundaries to the people you're interacting with? So yeah, that's my take on that part.
Okay, so how about we have Sam? What does student leader means?
Okay, I think by definition of student leader, it's not necessarily whoever has the leadership roles, whoever is leading your student government. Pero for me, a student leader is somebody who inspires the next generation of students.
Yeah.
Someone that the younger people can look up to and hopefully become like in the future. It's not limited to title, but it's more on your ability to inspire the next set of people.
Precisely. Kasi yung pagiging student leader is you can have initiatives nang walang ka-equate na role.
True.
Because I do believe that the title deserves the person, not the person deserves the title.
Yes.
Because if hinahabol natin yung title, most often kasi may natatapahan tayo. Right? Pero kapag yung title mismo ang lumalapit sa'yo na ikaw to, right? You deserve that. Do you believe in those?
Yeah, I agree on that.
Sa ano na?
I
Yung
guess I do.
title deserves the You don't?
I said I do.
I do. Oh my God. Nawala na ako.
I do.
All right. So so that's the guess of our the topic for today is student leadership and how we defined now what is a student leadership. So student leadership, it doesn't mean that na may certain role ka,
Yes.
but if you have the initiative to do it, right, and if you have the heart to do it,
Yeah.
Why not? Okay, so now we're going now to the practical ways to lead without a title. So, ito, how can student take initiative in group project, events, or student organizations? How about you, Sila? Ikaw muna.
Okay, so in initiatives kasi, especially if wala ka talagang like, hindi ka ganun kagaling to communicate, like makipag-interact sa people, dun kasi nag-start yung may hirapan ka na kausapin sila or i-reach out sila. Kasi parang iba yung view niya sa view mo. Like parang for you, madali, pero sa kanya hirap ka. So kasi there are times kasi in like mga group works or even in the community na parang once you have the title kasi parang nagiging, imbes na naging title, nagiging entitlement na siya. Yeah, ganun. So parang,
Nice
nagiging
quote,
mali siya. Like, which is wrong talaga, di ba? Kasi dapat, as a leader, marunong ka dapat mag-uplift ng mga tao sa paligid mo. Kasi, hindi naman ibig sabihin leader ka, magaling ka na sa lahat eh.
Yes.
Kasi,
Yeah.
pag leader ka, that doesn't mean na you're always the best. Kasi, madami ka pang matututunan along the way. Kahit sabihin mo, for example, ako, founder ako and CEO ng club na tinayo ko sa AWS Ligarda. Pero once na mag-step up ako like into my comfort zone, ma-realize ko na like, meron palang Asi, meron palang Sam, like, parang ang dami, di ba? Like, parang, whoa, calm down.
So, one thing that I've learned din, ang ganda ng sinabi ni Sila that you don't have to be the best to become a leader.
True.
Right? A student
Very,
leader.
very true.
Right? Because, ang sabi sa akin ng mentor ko, Sir Jambi, right? Under your, paano ba mag-grow yung person na to? Under your leadership. So, you don't have to be the very best technically, right? But you have to be, have high skill level ng emotional quotient talaga tsaka soft skills talaga.
Soft skills
Yeah.
over technical skills. Always, always.
So how about you, Sam? During those time na student leader ka, tas I do believe nag-intern ka pa nun, right? So what are the challenges or how do you have a concrete ways to organize event? Whether we have the position or no.
So, your question is more on how to step up ba if walang title?
Tas especially ngayon, medyo mas pa sa'yo, medyo mas tailored sa'yo kasi during those times, do believe may side rackets ka na yung mga ginagawa.
Yes, yes. Okay. So one thing I've learned over time is it doesn't really depend on the title. I think for me, what's important is how being a leader also means I think being a good supporter, also being a good teammate, being a good follower. It's not just being the person who oversees everything. So also identifying like you as a person, how can you support the person who is leading the team best? Maybe you just notice something small like, let's say, oh shucks, this person medyo nahirapan siya to manage this certain part. And sige, ikaw muna like, do you need help here? Yung just learning how to offer those small bits of help. In a way, you also help lead and manage the team rin, kahit it's not formally. And in the end, as long as you're able to reach your shared goal naman as a team, then that's really like all that matters then.
Yes.
Everyone's happy, you achieve the goal that you want, win-win for everyone.
Tsaka then, kasi iba't ibang tao yan eh.
Yeah.
Sa table na yan, iba't ibang person yan nandyan. Right? And they have their own views then, right? At some level, at some point. So, see you as a person, right? Iba-iba rin yung pinagdadaanan nila. Right? So, most often kailangan talaga may empathy on leading. So, at some point, may empathy and yet, we need to hit the objectives.
Yes,
right?
yes.
So, kahit pa paano,
Finding the balance
you have to
between
find the
both,
balance talaga. Right?
Yeah.
So, how about you? So, someone that is starting, so how do you step up in some difficult moments ng pagiging no role or no certain leadership position, but somehow you need to possess a leadership skill to hit the objective of organizations?
Kasi I think may experience ako na parang pag niyayaya ko uy, taro, punta tayo sa event. Parang sabihin, bida-bida naman to, ganyan-ganyan. Lalo naman tong di naman
That
to
happens.
leader.
Yeah.
Gaganyan-ganyan ka. Ayun, tas parang sabi ko, mahilig kasi ako mag-push. Like, uy, sayang yung yung tech skills mo kung di mo outside word yung skills mong ganyan.
galing.
Ganun kasi ako mag-motivate ng mga friends ko. Tas may mga other friends na sinasabi, hindi, retired na ako dyan, ganun. Bakit ka ba nagaganyan? Di ka naman leader. Like, di ka naman dapat nagaganyan eh. Para yayain mo kami ng ganyan. Parang, okay.
So, dina-downgrade ka
Yeah,
because
kasi
you don't
wala
have a
akong-
position.
yeah.
Parang nangyayari. Parang
Oh,
nangyayari
yeah.
talaga yun, no?
Yeah.
Do you have an experience about that?
In leadership, yeah, one time, actually, before starting the AWS Learning Club Ligarda, I asked a lot of people how to start, how to build. So, for them to be able to give me a guide on how to manage it very smoothly talaga. And then, I didn't expect the outcome. Like, parang, yung tingin ko sa kanila ang taas because they're a leader eh. Like, parang, oh, they know something that I don't know, ganon. And then, little did I know na parang, yung downgrade, like parang, hindi mo siya i-expect to someone na leader talaga. Like parang, shucks, nasasabi niya yun. Kasi parang, yung, alam mo yung eagerness ko kasi to start or to build that club, just for them na i-downgrade ako or parang i-discourage na ako na parang, don't do that, madidissolve lang yan eventually. Like parang sabi ko, like, oh my God, are you for real? Tapos parang pinaglaban ko talaga siya along the way na sabi ko, if hindi nila akong kayang suportahan, I will support myself together with my friends who back me up. So, at the end of the day, naniwala lang ako sa sarili ko and nanintigan ako. Kasi, if I will let them affect me, so walang mangyayari kasi sa life ko eh. And hindi rin ako magigain. So, the only thing that I will gain from them is negativity. So, as much as possible, pag hindi ako nag-step up or pag hindi ako nag-fight back to them, like parang pinatunayan ko na parang, ay, tama sila, hindi ko nga pala kaya. Pero I proved them wrong na, look at me now, look at the club that I established. It's still running. Like parang may mga event na kaming nagawa without any sponsors, like that. And then ayun, I have a doubt kasi parang hindi kami accredited din talaga, 'di ba? Since pag iba kasi yung advantage pag registered ka eh, like sa hindi. Kasi parang, for example, for a normal person na sasabihin, ano yan? Hindi ko naman kilala yung mga tao dyan eh. Yung
Okay.
parang, hindi mo sila may encourage sumali. Tapos parang, na-shock na lang ako along the months na parang, hala, ang dami na namin. So, I'm
Congrats.
really happy.
Congrats.
So those are the common struggles of
Yeah.
people who face leadership who doesn't have a, wala pang certain position.
Right. And at this point, I'd like to thank our sponsor, White Cloak Technologies. So White Cloak Technologies is a custom software development company. They build mobile and web applications. They work with leading brands in banking and real estate. Visit their website at www.whitecloak.com to know more.
So, and my question now, siguro direct ko to kay Sam, right? So, or other people din, kung gusto nyo magano, pero sa Sam muna, how do you gain the credibility and respect when you don't have an official, right? Quote, official leadership role?
For me, how to do it, believe in yourself muna.
Yes.
Talaga. You have to believe in yourself. I guess for me, this question hits a little bit closer to home. Kasi growing up, I actually had a point in my life na I did not believe in myself enough. And I think that was a big reason why I didn't want to step up. It was just me. Like, I was hindering myself from doing, like, what I wanted. And I think when I got older, eventually, like, the opportunities came. And I did realize na parang, now's the perfect time. Like, I can restart and I can choose to believe in myself this time. Kahit just pakonte-konte, like step up a little bit here, step up a little bit there. And I think eventually you'll build that confidence in yourself. And when you have that confidence in yourself, people will also see that in you.
Yes. So leadership isn't a role, but leadership is a call because the situation demands. Correct.
Yeah.
So with that being said, no. So because of our initiatives, it led us to the places where we are right now.
Yes.
Kasi na-practice natin yung mga skills na yun. So my question now is that, how does informal leadership, so quote-unquote informal leadership or no position leadership, right, na experiences translate into future opportunities? So let's start din tayo ulit kay Zam.
For me, super helpful talaga yon. Like, even in interviews I've had for companies, like job applications, those are some of the examples I give. Like, when they ask me, for example, talk about a time like leadership experience ganon. Sometimes the examples I give are group works where there isn't even like a formal leader appointed
Yeah.
most of the time. But I think for me, like leadership skills, whether you have the title or not, it's really transferable naman.
Yes.
It's really
Adjacent
that.
siya, no?
Yeah.
Oo.
So, as long as you know that you're capable as a leader, then that will show up in other areas outside of school. It will show up in your work. It will show up in interviews. It will show up in the results that you give. So, just keep focusing on that within yourself and the results will speak for themselves.
How about you? So, how does, sa tingin mo, ngayon, kasi syempre kahit paano, wala ka pa dun sa, hindi ka pa graduate, right? So, wala ka pang experience. Pero how do you envision yourself believing that informal leadership or leadership without a title will get you there to your dream future career?
For me, kasi parang explore ka lang talaga eh. Like, you need to learn sa mas ahead pa sa'yo.
Mentors.
Like, mentor.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like
Dito
sobrang,
mo makukuha mo sa communities eh.
Mentorship is really nice.
like, ma-help ka talaga nila if hindi ka talaga leader. Pero parang, along the way, ma-apply mo din sa sarili mo yun eh. Tapos, di mo na wala, nakata ko na pala siya. Wala, nasasama ko na pala siya. Parang gano'n.
Alright. So for our last question, no? So lahat na tayo sasagutin dito. Or kayo na yung sumagot dito. Sige kung sinong mauna, right? So for our last question, if you have give one piece of advice to someone out there na nakikinig sa atin now, na hesitant about stepping up as a leader, right? So kasi most often, hesitant tayo mag-leader. For example, sa group projects, right? So, especially kapag, randomizing group projects, di ba? So, especially kapag ganun. So, most often, kung sino yung nag-initiate na, hoy, wala pa tayong gawa, anong gagawin natin?
Siya na yung
Right? Siya yung
leader.
magiging leader, eh. Diba? So, it's really not a role that given to you, but it's an initiative given to yourself that because the situation demands. So, what are the piece of advice you give out there to someone, one student out there or someone na sa corpo na, right, na how to step out. Yung mga hesitant na mag-step up because a leader, because intimidated sila sa role. Because they can be a leader, they're not even realizing it na leader na sila. Right? So how are the piece of advice na makukuha niyo din?
Okay, so ako na siguro una. Siguro may piece of advice is very short line. Like, do it scared. Kasi majority ng...
Yeah.
like, majority kasi ng mga youth ngayon, like, even actually lahat, like, parang natatakot sila to step up into their comfort zone. Gaya nga ng sabi ni Asi na meron silang lead by the heart, like, parang meron silang passion, like, meron silang sympathy din and goal to lead. Grabe. Pero natatakot kasi sila magkamali, like, natatakot sila sa mga tao sa paligid nila na ma-disappoint, natatakot sila if ever na mag-implement man sila ng gantong initiative, ng program, marereject sila kasi hindi maganda ganon. Ang masasabi ko lang is do it scared kasi even if may madaming maling nagawa, it means na natututo ka sa pagkakamali na yon.
Tama.
And even though may mga times na nare-reject tayo sa life natin, dapat gawin pa rin natin. Like, do it scared din talaga kasi naniniwala ko na rejection means redirection.
Yes.
Nice.
The magic words, right? How about you, Sam?
Okay, for me, similar, pero believe in yourself and you don't need to obsess about being the perfect leader. You will not be perfect and that's okay. I think just keep a growth mindset na there are lots of things pa rin for you to learn. You can always improve. You don't need to be perfect now as long as you know where you're headed. Yun naman yung important.
How about you?
I think sinabi na nila lahat.
sorry.
I-add ko na lang siguro, matutong makisama. Kasi iba-iba tayo ng
that's true.
character. Like, iba-iba tayo ng point of view. Kung tingin niya is medyo mahirap sa kanya, kagaya nung topic kanina. Why not tulungan natin siya na ikaw may alam? Ikaw may sabab.
Actually,
Yeah,
ibang
good
role
point.
pa yun, no? Or ibang different skill of leadership pa yun. Yung reading the room.
Yes.
Right? So, bro, can you read the room? Na hindi mo dapat tanongin yan, right? Or hindi mo dapat
malaki siyang
i-implement.
aspect in terms of leadership talaga. Kasi kahit sabihin mong may leader ka na talaga, like, alam mo sa sarili mong leader ka. Pero once na never kang naging follower, you will never understand their feelings. Like parang, kasi pag leader ka, yung thought mo na parang ahead ka sa kanila eh. Pero once naging follower ka muna bago ka maging leader, marirealize mo na need mo silang i-flip para lahat kayo eventually magiging leader na
Because
sa future.
they've been in that shoes
Yeah.
before. So actually, that's good advice. No, you need to learn how to become a follower first. To become a leader. Right? Kasi most often, yun din yung nangyayari. Yung empathy is a really different skill. Most often overlooked. Right? But it's a really important skill, yung empathy. So, actually, I think that ends our podcast for tonight. So, ayan. Do you have any shout-outs or outro na gusto nyo ano?
I
So,
think
go.
I need shout out. Sabi ng mga friends ko dyan,
Andito na ako.
shout out Alexis.
Ayan. Sa mga kabataan dyan. Joke lang. So, ayan. So, thank you guys for coming. This is, let's outro self na lang din. So, my name is Asi or Asigiyang. You can visit my website, asigiyang.com, and then currently the regional captain of AWS Scout Club Philippines. Like our page, right? We have initiatives there na hindi lang pang technical skills, but most often we do leaderships, leadership events din. You know? So, how about you?
So again, my name is Sila Siadlawan. I'm the founder and Chief Executive Officer of AWS Learning Club Ligarda. So follow our Facebook page. Thank you.
And last, Sam.
Oh, my name is Sam Milato. Sorry, akala ko ikaw yung medyo confused na parang ako na ba next? But yeah, I'm Sam Milato and thank you so much for watching.
All right. Thank you guys. Sa Computer.